Hello and welcome back to Save Ourselves, or if you're new here, then hi, I'm Aparna. If you've been following me for a while, then you know how big a fan I am of bullet journaling. I've been keeping a bullet journal consistently since December 2018 and it complements my lifestyle. But I also understand that it is not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people find keeping a bullet journal too hectic or too artistic for them. Often, a lot of people start but are unable to keep up with it, and that's completely okay. Just because it works for me does not mean that it has to work for you as well. And that's why this video. So, in this video, I'll be giving you a few alternatives to bullet journaling that'll help you with planning your days and keeping yourself accountable. I hope that these are helpful for you. Without further ado, let's get started. Number one is to make daily to-do lists. Making a to-do list is a great way of giving your brain a rest and putting your tasks on paper. You don't need to have a complex planning system set up for this. You can use a simple notebook or even your phone to write down all your tasks as and when you feel necessary. It gives you a clarity of all the things you want to get done. One tip is to keep a daily to-do list of high priority tasks and another running list on which you can put things down for later. If you want to know about how to make an effective to-do list, feel free to check out my video on that topic. It'll be linked in the description below. Number two is maintaining a calendar. If you find it more helpful to associate your tasks with time, using a calendar to mark all your events is a great way to know when things might be coming up. I would suggest using some sort of a calendar app that can be synced across all your devices so that you can access it from anywhere. I have a whole video on how I use Google Calendar, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. Number three is using a notes app or a commonplace notebook. If you can function well without to-do lists, I'll still suggest having some sort of a place for storing your thoughts. This can be done using a commonplace notebook, which is just a place to store any of your thoughts and write anything that comes to mind, or a more effective way is to use a notes app. I use Google Keep and Notion for this, so let me know if you'd like a video on those as well. Number four is weekly planning. A week is the perfect amount of time that lets you encompass all aspects of your life without making them feel too overwhelming. You can do this by dedicating 1 week for one aspect of your life or assigning specific tasks to every day of the week. A planner with a weekly view serves this purpose well. Number five is setting monthly goals. If you're more on the spontaneous side of life but still want to have some sort of accountability system in place, setting monthly goals at the beginning of every month is a great way to give your everyday life a sense of direction. You can set a few goals each month and review them at the end of it to know how far you've come. Putting up your goals in a place where you can see them easily is a great way to subtly remind yourselves about them. Number six is setting intentions. Another way of being a little more mindful and accountable of the things you're doing in life is to set intentions for yourself. Intentions are more about the way of life rather than the end goal itself. It gives your life a guideline to live by. You can set these intentions at the beginning of the year or a month and review them at suitable intervals. Number seven is setting a schedule. If the aspects of your life are pretty clear and laid out for you, a great way is to have a set schedule for yourself where you block out chunks of the day for these different aspects. For example, mornings and early afternoons can be for schoolwork, late afternoon can be for your side projects or hobbies, and the evenings can be for family and friends. Something like that. Having 2 or 3 schedules created ahead of time lets you know what you can do at that point of time. Number 8 is blocking off work time. This is a great way of having both flexibility and structure to your day at the same time. How this works is that you block out the time you're supposed to work and focus only on work for that time. The rest of the day remains unplanned, giving you the flexibility to switch up activities now and then and not making your routine feel monotonous and repetitive. Number 9 is to use pre-made planners or templates. If you're not into making any kind of layout for yourself or find it too tedious a task, you can make use of pre-made planners and templates. A complete planner usually comes with a lot of options for planning different things. This will allow your everyday life to have some structure, but all the groundwork is already done for you. You just have to fill it in with your tasks. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. In the comments below, let me know which of these alternative methods you plan to adopt in your own life. Subscribe to my channel for more content on productivity, organization, and self-help. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.